You can't love where you haven't been loved. How do you help the poor? By becoming rich yourself. Living a life of envy. That people look at your life and they see the love in it. They see the joy in it. They see the success in it. They see the impact and they say, I want that. How'd that man do that? How'd that woman do that? By imagining every day, not giving up, seeing themselves bigger, seeing themselves smarter, seeing themselves better, seeing themselves more tuned, seeing themselves more in alignment than out of alignment, seeing themselves bigger than they are today and bigger tomorrow than they are today and bigger today than they are yesterday. So you play around with life. You act like you got it tomorrow. You don't know. Live every day as if it was your last. We know all this. Everybody knows this, but nobody puts it into action. Nobody takes it seriously. It's all inside of you. It all depends on what you do with an image you carry inside of you. An image is your most important tool for good or for evil. It all depends on you and your self-image. You don't have to have a past to have a future. See, we look at our past experiences in order to tell us what we can accomplish in our future because, see, our brains are wired to pick up and perceive patterns. And our brain tries to rationalize these patterns. And so from the patternistic perspective, you can't bounce too far left or right of the ongoing storyline, the identity, the pattern of identity, the pattern of showing up in life. You can't bounce to the left or right. Too much of that. You can't veer off to the left or right. Too much, or you'll be out of pattern. So you've got to trick your mind because your mind is there to protect you from being hurt, from being disappointed. So your mind will try to talk you out of what it is that you truly want. Abraham Hicks says, figure out what you want and talk yourself into it. How is it that there are people at any age point, 12, 18, 25, 34, 44, 60, 65 years old? There's people at every stage of life that suddenly woke up and said, fuck not anymore. I'm gonna be all that I came here to be. I'm gonna be more than it is that they said that I was. I'm gonna be more than what it is that my mind said that I was, more than my daddy was, more than my mommy was, more than my grandparents were. When you wake up and say, I'm done being that person, I'm going after it. If it's out there to get, I'm going to get it. If it's out there to have, I'm going to have it. I want to taste it, experience it, smell it, hug it, feel it. I want it all. KFC, 60-something years old. Retired with nothing but Social Security. Got his first Social Security check and said this isn't going to cut it. He didn't have nothing but a chicken recipe. Didn't have no money to invest. Starts going around trying to sell his chicken recipe with royalties to create residual income. 1,000 people told him no. When's the last time you tried something 1,000 times and said, I'm not fucking quitting until it happens. I'm not stopping. I'm not giving up. I'm not slowing down. I'm not letting go. I'm not getting distracted. I'm fucking doing this thing. I don't care if I have to ask 1,500 people. Mathematically, the odds are if I ask, somebody will say yes. The world can't tell you no forever. Eventually, it has to turn over for you. Dedication, commitment, inspiration, passion, love, intent, desire. What do you intend on doing with your desires? What's the intent? What's the master plan? What's your timeline over the next 50 years look like? How are you investing your time? There's 3 ways to spend time. 3. The first way that you spend time is in goal-achieving activities. That means you've drawn out a goal and you're investing time in achieving that goal. The second use of time is productive time. This is reading a book, going to the gym, investing in family, taking your wife to a movie. Productive time is having a business meeting with a potential partner. It's goal achieving and productive. The third way to spend time is tension relieving. This means that you decide, I'm going to go invest this afternoon in tension relieving activity that's going to relax my mind and give me a fresh start. That's day 7. It said God created the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested. Why? To recharge, to rest. There's 3 ways to spend time. You can't just be spending all your time in one of the 3 categories. You can't just be in goal achieving time all the time. You'll exhaust your resources. Social connections will suffer. You can't always just be productive all day long. You've got to rest. But you also can't just be in tension relieving time all the time. So you got to make a way for yourself. The tension relieving time is where most of you reside. You go to work, you come home, you start tension relieving, you start watching TV, you get on YouTube, you get on Facebook, you go out to a bar with your friend. There is something that all of us wants. All of us, in a matter of a few minutes, can easily write a list of 3 things that they want or want differently in their lives. Everybody is in a place of wanting. Everybody is in a place of desiring. Everybody is in the pursuit of truth. Everybody is in the pursuit of happiness. For me, happiness is the worthwhile goals that you're going after and progress in those goals. Progression is what you're after. We all want things to be differently. We all want things to be better. We all want to see more, taste more, touch more, feel more, sleep more, have sex more, buy more, travel more, earn more, impact more. More. Why? Because that's the instruction. That's the plan. For you to continually getting better and better. The Bible says that the righteous are like a light that shine brighter and brighter and brighter until the end days. There's a light inside of you and it's glowing. You're either suffocating it or you're feeding it. If you ask me, it's not a light, it's a fucking fire. And it's burning. And it's burning. You're either feeding it with fuel or you're starving it with water. Dousing it. The fire of life burns in your guts. To achieve, to accomplish, to grow, to earn, to build, to see, to touch, to impact. What is it that you're seeing day in and day out? What are you expecting? What are you wanting? What are you thinking about all the time? What are you concentrated on? What is it that you're feeling about what you see? See, when you see something in your heart of mind, I call your mind has a heart. It's like when you see something in your soul, it gives you a feeling. What is that feeling? Feeling is power. Brain waves being cast out into the world. What are you seeing? There's not much that you can do about your past, but I can tell you there's a lot you can do about your future. You don't have to be the same person yesterday as you are today. You can make changes in your life, absolutely startling fucking changes in a short period of time. You can make changes you can't even conceive of now if you give yourself a chance, and your abilities will grow. You have untapped talents and potential that you haven't even reached for yet. As time goes on, you'll be able to reach deeper and deeper. The first thing you'll know, you'll be able to do things you never thought you could do. You'll be able to handle things you never thought you could handle. You'll have ideas that you've never had before. All of this is sparked by the goal setting process. When you start setting these goals, when you know what you want and you want it badly enough, the answers will come to you. Give yourself a chance to become all you can become and to accomplish all you can accomplish. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. So there's an art and there's a talent and there's a skill set to this life thing that we're in. There's step 1, step 2, step 3, result 1, result 2, result 3. You say to yourself that you at least want to start with being better today than you were yesterday. So you invest some time in creating some goals or reviewing goals you've already had set. And now you're investing that time, and then you're asking for creative energy to maximize those opportunities. You're asking and then you're receiving. You're setting goals and then you're asking of life. Asking starts with the receiving process. So you ask and then you wait to receive. There's this, whenever there's an action, there's an always equal or opposite reaction. We all know this. In space, when something is moving, it will never cease to move unless a force of equal value or more comes against it. A comet is in perpetual movement until resistance comes up against it. The resistance to you accomplishing your dreams is yourself. The resistance to you receiving process is your belief that you can't have that in which you're asking. For when you ask and you ask with your whole heart, it is instantaneously released to you. We block our prayers by not praying correctly. Do not ask God of that in which you can do yourself. Do not ask God to bless your business and your family because that is so vague. There's nothing for God to do. He says you will be blessed when you go forth. Everywhere where your foot shall tread shall be yours. He says dominate and multiply. For I have given you all the power on earth and in heaven, in your words and in your imaginations. It's like a piece of machinery. You are a piece of machinery. Do you have a list of what it is that you want from your life? Do you have a list of what it is that you want to provide, who you want to be? I love this saying that some people go to the river with a spoon and others a bucket. I don't want to go to the river with a fucking bucket. I want to go to the river with a fucking 18-wheeler. And I want to take it all with me. I want to reroute the damn river to go right in front of my house. So I don't even got to go to the river no more. The river just flows to me. Screw taking a bucket or a spoon to the river. We're rerouting this motherfucking river. We're putting up a dam. We're redirecting it. We're building a lake. Development. Imagination. Passion. Feeling alive. Busting through the concrete. Be clear. Be specific. Use intelligence. Ask with intelligence. Asking with intelligence means that you know what the asking process and the receiving process looks like. Asking is writing out a list of your goals. Asking is imagining yourself in those goals, accomplishing them. Asking is reading a book about the topic that you want to master. Asking is hiring a business coach or a life coach to help you develop to become the type of person who can have the things that you want. That's asking. Asking is going down to the bank and opening up a savings.